What's up, fight fans? Welcome to Mr. Mustache MMA News. And today, I want to discuss last Saturday's main event, UFC 283. But guys, before we get into it, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to continue getting more MMA content by yours truly. All right, guys, getting right into it. Jamahal Hill is the new UFC light heavyweight champion after retiring the legend Glover Teixeira, the former champion. Now, he wasn't the champ at the time. This is for the vacant UFC light heavyweight belt after Yuri Prochazka blew his shoulder out, relinquished his belt. UFC had a title fight between Jan and Magomed Ankalaev. That ended up being a draw, so that pissed off Dana White, so he said, fuck this shit. We're going to have Glover Teixeira versus Jamahal Hill for the UFC light heavyweight belt. Anthony Smith was the backup. Unfortunately, didn't make weight. Did not look like he was in shape at all. I don't know. I mean, I guess, if they call for the opportunity, you got to take it. But, man, he really just did not look like he did not look very good on the scale whatsoever. But I hope he's doing okay. But back to the fight. Jamahal Hill, new champion. Congratulations to him. Glover Teixeira, the legend. All respect. Announced his retirement. I wish him the best as a coach. But let's get into what happened. Jamahal Hill just absolutely dominated. Glover, what he showed was heart. What he showed was toughness, resilience, a phenomenal chin. But Jamahal Hill, his boxing, his ability to use distance, his takedown defense was fucking flawless. I mean, yeah, he had the height and he was able to use the leverage, but he almost made no mistakes when it came to his takedown defense, especially going against a guy like Glover, who's thick, who's just like a fucking bear. He was able to just keep that fight where he wanted at all times and pick Glover apart from beginning to end. Yeah, Glover definitely had some nice shots. He looked alive. He looked strong. But Jamahal Hill was just a younger, better, more explosive fighter. I mean, he was just on from the fucking get-go. And I've been telling you guys about Jamahal Hill for a hot minute now. And to see him as the champ just shows he was able to fulfill his potential. He is a lion right now. He has like these fucking killer shark eyes. And I can't wait to see what he's going to do in the future, and I think what's going to happen next, obviously, everybody's hyping up the Alex Pereira versus Jamahal Hill. Pereira moving up from middleweight to light heavyweight, which makes a lot of sense. There's not a lot going on for him down at middleweight right now. Like, who's he going to fight? Marvin Vettori or Robert Whittaker? Like, all that going on down there at middleweight. I mean, if he were to go up to light heavyweight, the UFC's pride jewel of a weight class, I guess, per se, the old Chuck Liddell days, Randy Couture days, all that stuff. The light heavyweight division was always just kind of like the crown jewel for the UFC and MMA of sorts. So to see him kind of go up there and kind of shine the light on that division again would be really cool and just bring a lot of eyes back into it. If Alex and Jamal don't end up fighting, I would like to see him go against Yuri if Yuri can come back healthy soon enough from his shoulder surgery. If not, a third option, you could go with Magomed Ankalaev. I mean, Jan Blachowicz maybe. I would really like to see that Alex Pereira matchup. I mean, I think it only makes sense for him to fight at light heavyweight. He's so massive at middleweight. So I'd like to see what he can do. I think that's a great storyline. I think that's going to sell a fuck ton of pay-per-views. I definitely pay for it. I mean, that is definitely the fight to make if Yuri doesn't come back soon enough, because Yuri definitely is the champ. He he didn't lose the belt. He had to give it up. And I thought that was awesome by him to let the division keep moving. I thought that was sweet. But now we got Jamahal Hill, who's now just at the top. He even said he's ready to fucking defend that shit and kill dreams. I can't wait to see what he can do moving forward. I've been such a fan of this guy for the past year and a half that when I saw him knock out Jimmy Crute, I was like, oh, dude, this guy's got it. Like, this guy's fucking got it. And he has just gone out there and just dominated and just fucked dudes up. And to see him go against a guy like Alex Pereira, that would be a very interesting striking matchup. I'd like to see what Jamahal Hill could do with a striker like Alex Pereira. I think that's a very interesting matchup. But if Yuri comes back, I'd like to see that fight first if he can come back healthy. But who knows? I mean, if Jamal has no injuries, clearly Alex seems like he's pretty healthy. That'll be really cool moving forward. I want to give a few minutes about Glover Teixeira and about his career. To a guy to have a career like his where he really didn't truly blossom until the last, I'd say, 3 years. I mean, yeah, he's been a big name for a long time, right? But he was always known as Chuck Liddell's main training partner when Chuck was the man. He wasn't able to get his visa when he was out there killing dudes. And by the time he got to the UFC, everybody said that he was out of his prime. He got all the way to the top, fought John Jones, fought Rumble Johnson, but just he wasn't able to get over that hump, and everybody kind of thought it was over. And I think when he was about 38, 39, he definitely had to start at the bottom when it came to like the top 15. He wasn't that number 2, number 3 contender anymore. I think it was Carl Roberson, Ion Cutelaba. Like they threw some young up and coming killers at him, right? And like he got the striking differential was there, but the second he got to the ground, like that old man strength, that technique, everything just showed him. He was able to persevere and slowly work his way back all the way to the title fight against Jan Blachowicz. And at that time, that was such a cool storyline for a guy at his age to just show that he still had it. He had the heart, the resilience to keep going, the desire to keep going. And he was able to catch gold at 40 years old. I mean, that was fucking phenomenal. And that fight against Yuri, a fight that he was probably winning going into that 5th round. And when Yuri got that finish, I mean, I was really excited to see that matchup. I thought that's what we were getting for the longest time. So to see everything play out, to see Jamahal Hill as the champion right now, it's just crazy. But Glover Teixeira, him retiring, I think this is the right moment. Now Alex Pereira can step in. He can pass the torch along, work his coach, save his body, because that dude took a fucking beating. His eyebrow was literally like falling off by the end of that fight. It was brutal. Brutal. I'm surprised that fight didn't get stopped a few times early. But nonetheless, one of the greatest fights I've seen in a long time. Great performances on both ends. Great heart by Glover Teixeira. I wish him the best luck in his future and his retirement. Jamahal Hill, I can't wait to see what you're going to do moving forward, bro. I think the sky's the limit for you, dude. Keep doing, keep being you. Don't let the money get to your fucking head. Don't let that shit get to your head. I don't think it will. And I can't wait to see what you got moving forward. You got some really interesting matchups, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen. Guys, let me know in the comment section what you guys think is going to happen for the future of Jamahal Hill. I'd love to hear your guys' comments in the comment section. Guys, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button so I can continue giving you guys more content. All right, Mr. Mustache, MMA News out. Let's fucking go, fight fans.